wish you all the best. Please God, we'll meet again before too long. Oh, the troubles of our world, we leave them at the door. We raise a glass to friends who've passed, remembering them once more. May the luck of the Irish be with you every day. Who knows what tomorrow brings? Let's live for today. May the road rise to meet you, a smile always greet you. May our friendship be always true and strong. As the sun sets in the west, I wish you all the best. Please God, we'll meet again before too long. May the road rise to meet you, a smile always greet you. May our friendship be always true and strong. As the sun sets in the west, I wish you all the best. Please God, we'll meet again before too long. May the road rise to meet you, a smile always greet you. May our friendship be always true and strong. As the sun sets in the west, I wish you all the best. Please God, we'll meet again. Please God, we'll meet again. Please God, we'll meet again for too long.
Welcome back to our Cancer Connect coffee morning here in beautiful Enniskillen, and we're having a great time this morning. Lots of coffee, lots of cakes, loads of buns, and we're having a great time. Lots of special guests. This next duo have been singing together for 4 years. They're from Anna Girls, and they sound absolutely fantastic. Wait till you hear them. This is Leitha.
I think I'm gonna be sad. I think it's today. The girl that's driving me mad is going away. She's got a ticket to ride. She's got a ticket to ride. She's got a ticket to ride. She don't care. She said that living with me was bringing her down, yeah. She would never be free when I was around, yeah. She's got a ticket to ride. She's got a ticket to ride. She's got a ticket to ride. She don't care. I don't know why she's riding so high. She'll think twice, she'll do right by me before she gets to saying goodbye. She'll think twice, she'll do right by me. She said that living with me was bringing her down, yeah. She would never be free when I was around, yeah. She's got a ticket to ride. She's got a ticket to ride. She's got a ticket to ride. She don't care.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Just want to say a big thank you for having us today. We hope everyone's having a lovely time at home watching.
With your tea and your coffee and your buns. Just make sure to donate whatever you can. Like Nathan said, we know it's a really hard time and everyone might be struggling, but donate whatever you can. And This next song is Fleetwood Mac Dreams.
Now here you go again. You say you want your freedom. Well, who am I to keep you down? It's only right that you should play the way you feel it. Listen carefully to the sound of loneliness, like a heartbeat drives you mad, and the stillness of remembering what you had and what you lost, and what you had and what you lost. Thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. Say women, they will come and they will go. When the rain washes you clean, you know. Now here I go again, I see the crystal vision. I keep my visions to myself. It's only me who wants to wrap around your dreams and have you any dreams you like to sell. Dreams of loneliness, like a heartbeat drives you mad, and the stillness of remembering what you had and what you lost, and what you had and what you lost. Thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. I say women, they'll come and they'll go. When the rain washes you clean, you know. You will know. You will know. Oh, you know.
Thank you.
Got a gal in New Orleans. She treats me fair, but she never keeps clean or whole. Got another gal in San Antone. When a good man comes, I gotta leave that home. Yes, sir. That gal from San Antone. Everywhere I go, the gal believes that I sure am the one. I can't say I agree, but I'm having lots of fun. So I keep on roaming, and then I find another silly gal that's where she's mine. Oh.
Welcome back to our coffee morning here for Cancer Connect in Enniskillen. We're at the Ardone Theatre in sunny Fermanagh as usual, and we're having a great morning. I hope you guys at home are joining in with a coffee and some cakes and some biscuits, putting on the pounds like us. We've had some fantastic guests this morning. Leitha were unbelievable there, lovely two singers. The first time I've heard them together. And now we're joined by the legend, that is Father Brian Darcy. Thank you very much for being here.
It's great to be here. Nathan, you're doing a fantastic job. Nobody else
Thanks.
is going to say that to you because they can't get a chance, but you're doing a lovely job and doing very sensitive interviews about sensitive subjects, doing it brilliantly, and that's very important. So well
I'm
done.
delighted to be here. It's a great cause, and thank you to everyone at home that's joining in. And we've just stuck up a donate link just below the comments in the top comment. If you check it out, as little or as much as you can give, it all goes a long way, doesn't it, Brian?
Well, it does, and one of the strange things is that during the pandemic we began to think about life and about where we're going and what we're not going. And two things happened. One is that we began to see that we were mortal and that we're not going to live forever.
Yeah.
And we got a bit hard to get used to that. The second thing, and it was a very sad thing, was that many people suffering with cancer were afraid to go to the hospital.
Yeah. Sure.
So I think we're facing into an era where Cancer Connect is just going to be really, really needed, because there will be a lot of people who will be diagnosed and will be going through a very difficult time. You see, nearly every one of us now at this moment, sadly, knows somebody or knows some family who's gone through cancer.
Yeah.
In fact, people looking in will say, I not only do I know somebody, I know that I am going through cancer or facing cancer.
One in every two was...
it goes down to one in every two. So, and there are great facilities, but, you need people like Cancer Connect, like Phil and Breda and Mary and Anne, and all of those who are the human face to try and get people, because it's very difficult emotionally. People can be looked after physically and medically well, but there's a whole thing going on. We're not just medical people. We're a composite. We're whole beings, and emotional and soul and spiritual, and you need all of those holistic treatments.
Yeah. And how have you been through lockdown? I'm sure you're never off the road, as they say, but you've been busy still.
Well, I was off the road actually, I'm doing virtual. I was from the virtual road, like yourself, and doing so many things. And I never thought I'd have to say Mass by Zoom. I never thought I'd have to say prayers with somebody who's dying by WhatsApp. And I was doing that day after day after day, and with their families too. And I think that's another end of Cancer Connect. There will be a big thing, I think, facing grief. And that's also part of the holistic treatment of cancer. And we'll get through it. And once we're human beings, like yourselves and others, doing good work, a good human being is better than a good anything else. And the country's full of them. And so, as well as the money, which is necessary. See, most of us would love to be able to do what Cancer Connect is doing, but we have another job to do. But we can support them, and that's what we're doing this morning, trying to get people just to look into it. Tell you what, go on a diet, and for every £1 you lost, give £1 to Cancer Connect. Or worse still, for every £1 you gain, give £2 to Cancer Connect. And then we'll
be gaining them this morning with these anyway. But,
exactly. We're doing lovely at it. But it's all part of the thing. The whole community, we need each other. That's what the pandemic taught us. We need people. We can't do it on our own. Good neighbours, good people, helping each other. And once we help each other, we'll get through anything. But if we're left to our own, we tend to go under.
Yeah, for sure. No, they're doing a fantastic job, and a lot goes on behind the scenes, as you well know.
Yes.
Even to make this happen this morning.
Even to make this happen was a massive thing. But you see, it happens. And I was Anne took us on a world tour, the quickest world tour I was ever on. Mary, I should say, Mary Connolly. She took us on a world tour. It's the quickest one I was ever on. And she said, that's the beauty of this internet and www and Facebook and the worldwide internet. And you're getting people. And I'm sure there are people who have never heard of Cancer Connect, but they're saying, there's somebody who cares. I might never need Cancer Connect, but there's somebody who cares. And that has made their life possible.
Well, I got involved with the charity only 4 or 5 years ago when I first came to Fermanagh, but I was blown away by the stuff that they done that just people don't think about.
Like what?
Well, mainly the first day I met Phil, they were going to fill up heat and oil for a family that just couldn't afford it at the minute, with someone in the family had cancer. Stuff that I wouldn't really thought.
Beds,
other
beds.
Charities don't do. They support the patient, but not necessarily the family and the stuff going on around So if they need food, there'll be a food parcel dropped off. If they need heat and oil, there'll be oil sorted.
That's right.
It's really good stuff that I didn't really think about before that the charity is doing,
Well, and you've hit the nail on the head there, Nathan. You see, because basically if a mother gets cancer, the whole family gets cancer.
Yeah.
If the father gets cancer, the breadwinner gets cancer, you know,
Yeah.
one of the children gets cancer, the world ends
Yeah.
for people. And, you know, it's not just one person, it's you know, it's more and more people. And it's lovely that there is a group of people like Cancer Connect who are willing to put themselves at the disposal of the community to ease their sufferings. And I think they're the people we should support in every possible way.
Yeah. Oh, indeed, indeed. And there is a donate link just below, as we said, the top of the comments. If you have any spare change at all, it's going to a fantastic cause. Are you missing Fermanagh?
Ah, gosh, I'm missing Fermanagh, even the rain, you know. But isn't it lovely this morning? You know, I think we could have singing in the rain.
Yeah,
we do. We have the side effects. We have the water running down here, and all you need is the umbrella turned
Phil was
upside
saying
down.
that the two girls were singing "Thunder only happens when it's raining," and look what the backdrop we got. So yeah.
Raining
We
only
planned
happens
it.
when it's thunder.
We planned
You
it.
couldn't see. I mean, who else would plan this? It'd have to be in Fermanagh. It's just the perfect backdrop. You can't go out, make yourself a cup of coffee, enjoy the rain, and help Cancer Connect.
Yeah.
Just a perfect package.
Father Brian's going to stick around. We've got another couple of interviews, but in the meantime, check out this slideshow. We'll be back in only a few seconds. Stay there.
Hi everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Andy Hamill, Vice Chairperson of Cancer Connect. I'd like to thank you all for joining us this morning in our first ever virtual vintage coffee morning. While all the focus over the last few months has been squarely on COVID-19, our volunteers have still been out in the community, supporting all our clients in any way that we can. However, like all smaller local charities, we have been hit hard by the fact that many fundraising events have been cancelled due to COVID-19, which is why today is so vitally important for Cancer Connect. And your support is critical to help us continue the vital work that we are doing with our ever-growing client base. I hope that you all enjoy the morning with Nathan, our wonderful host and patron, and the friends of Cancer Connect who'll be popping along for a chat over a coffee, socially distanced of course. So enjoy the morning and look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks.
Well, welcome back, and I hope you're enjoying your coffee. Hope you're enjoying your fundraising for Cancer Connect. And Nathan's taking a little break, rehearsing his next little piece, and he's asked me to do a little chat with Sean Murphy, which I'm delighted to do because it wouldn't be the first time we chatted. First of all, though, Sean, sincere sympathy on the death of your father, Pat.
Thank you.
A wonderful, wonderful man. Sadly, because of the pandemic, I wasn't able to go to his funeral. Tell me, he died very quickly, didn't he?
He did. Dad was diagnosed on the 7th of May and he died on the 4th of June, so his decline was rapid. I mean, more rapid than myself, my brothers and sisters and our spouses and the grandchildren ever imagined that it would be. Incredibly fast at the end.
And it must have been difficult because, not wanting to say too much, but you had already been through that with your mum.
That's correct,
many years before.
Brought back a lot of difficult memories.
Yes,
you know.
yes.
It was just like an action replay of what happened 30 odd years ago, you know, with my mum.
And how was it, you know, and it must have been quite different. Cancer at any time is bad enough, but during a pandemic when the world's thinking of something else, it must have been very difficult.
It was difficult. It was incredibly difficult because, well, you know my dad, or knew my dad, Brian. He was a very, very social man. So in the last month, he spent about 2.5 weeks in the hospital and we couldn't visit him. So he was there on his own, and the point of contact in my family was my sister Catherine. So Catherine would have called the hospital and you know, got updates, and then we had a WhatsApp user group, and she'd have fed the information out to us. But the saddest thing for me was one Saturday I managed to get through to him on the phone, and I said, "How are you today?" And he said, "I'm okay. They've moved me here." And when they told me that they were moving me, I thought that they'd move me out to the outside of the hospital, so I'd be looking over John Dolan's fields,
Yes.
was the way he put it. But I've ended up here, it's like I'm in prison. I'm looking at nothing but concrete. And for a countryman, for a Fermanagh man, for a Ballyrea man, like you're
Yes.
Fermanagh man yourself,
Yes.
that was very, very sad.
But it was for his own
Sad.
safety because
Absolutely.
of it.
Yeah.
You have been working for a long time with Cancer Connect.
I have indeed,
and you've been on the receiving end as well. Compare the two.
Well, I first came in contact with Cancer Connect through Phil and Breda, who I know very, very well, and I teach in a school here in the town, and a very good friend of mine and colleague contracted cancer and died very, very young at the age of 52, and his family needed support that they could not get, and Phil and Breda stepped in with the tilt and recline chair and other necessities that the family needed.
Just stop you there, Sean. Just tell me exactly what they did, because I think that's what people don't understand. What do Cancer Connect do? What did they do that nobody else could do?
Well, from our own
Yes.
position as a family, Dad, right up to the end, enjoyed a cigarette. He used to like to go outside and have a bit of a smoke to himself. And in his final days, the weather was fantastic, and he was in this chair and he couldn't move. And Catherine said one day, wouldn't it be great if we had a wheelchair to get Dad outside so he could have a cigarette in the sun and enjoy his final days. And she made a phone call to Phil, and within half an hour Phil had a wheelchair up to her house. So that's the kind of thing. It's not just the practical things that the charity does, like the delivery of goods and services, but it's knowing. Somebody talked about the emotional aspect of cancer. It's knowing that there's somebody there in the background, an organisation, a local organisation that really, really cares and will move heaven and earth to help you, and that's what's so important.
Well, I think you've hit it in the nail. A local organisation that knows you. You're not a stranger. You're one of the family. You're one of the friends, and they're helping you through a difficult time. We could talk forever, Sean, and we will to someone else, but because one clergyman has to hand over to another, so I have to hand over to a lovely interview that Nathan did with my friend and colleague, the Reverend Ian Ellis, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I've enjoyed talking to Sean.
My next guests are Reverend Dr. Ian Ellis and his lovely wife, Heather, who have been involved with Cancer Connect through the years and are a great part of the Cancer Connect family. Good morning, guys. Thanks for taking part.
Hi there. Good morning. Nice to be with you.
It's great to have you on with us. We've got a lot of guests this morning, some that you'll know and some that you probably don't. But obviously, we're live streaming this far and wide. For anyone that doesn't know the area of the parish of Rossori, can you tell us a little bit about that parish?
Yeah, Rossori Parish is just on the west of Enniskillen. So if you can imagine crossing over the river, and on the far side you head towards Batora, or you can swing towards Sligo. And Rossori Parish is that bit of land in between Batora and the Sligo Road, and it goes right out as far as Springfield and out the Sligo Road as far as Letterbreen almost. So it's that bit of area there. That's the parish boundary. So it's a church just on the edge of town, but it's in the country as well.
Yeah. And would there be many people in the parish? How many numbers?
Yeah, we have about, I think it's 1,100 parishioners, and that would amount to about 400 families, 400 households.
A lot to look after then.
Oh yeah, plenty to keep us busy. Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Indeed. Now, throughout your ministry, you've lived in various different places, and what do you think that makes Fermanagh special? Maybe I'll put this to Heather as well. Yeah.
Well, I always say I'm a farmer's daughter. And I've lived in one or two towns in Northern Ireland. And when I came to Fermanagh, I came back home to the green grass and the drumlins, and it was lovely. It was nice to be back in the fields again. So that's what makes Fermanagh special to me. And the lakes, of course, even though I can't see them from the rectory, I'm enjoying walking by the lakes as well. So
it really is. It's a lovely county. Now, I mean, I've lived in Fermanagh for the last 8 years, and the lakes were one of the main reasons I moved up. Was just so pretty, but I'm not sure on the rain. That's the only thing.
Yes, we've had a bit of that
well,
last few days.
On a good day, if you're maybe at Loch Navarre looking out at the lakes and the sky is blue and the lakes are blue, it just looks like the Italian lakes. You can imagine the Italian lakes.
Lake Como, is it? Or
Como, Maggiore, and
and Garda.
No, Lake Garda, that's the one. Yeah. I've never been, but I'll take your word for it.
It's lovely.
On those rare days.
I know that in your previous career, you were a teacher.
Yes.
And I know education remains close to your heart, as you're currently the secretary to the Church of Ireland Board of Education.
Well, I used to be. I was in that role, Nathan, until I came to Fermanagh. And
Okay.
I gave up that role and I became a parish clergyman then. But yeah, I was in that role for about 13 years working in Belfast.
Yeah.
And then previous to that, I was in parish ministry. We were in a parish in Loughgall near County Armagh, and
Yeah.
I was from County Armagh. And
Yeah.
previous to that, I was a curate in the city of Armagh. And before training, I was a teacher in Antrim. So we've lived in quite a few places. But yeah, education has been an important part of my career. And I'm still on a couple of boards of governors and involved in that way. Yeah.
Yeah, and I suppose with that past in that line of that career, how do you think that this current situation has and will have affected students in the way they learn, and what can you see it changing, from what's happened?
Oh yeah, I think some children have adapted and done very well. Others have struggled, particularly those who maybe need a bit of extra support. They will have found it difficult. Some parents will have struggled to try and keep the learning going. It's quite a chore every day keeping that discipline going. But I know the schools have worked hard to try and provide appropriate and good ways of interacting with children. But I suspect also children will have missed out on the social side, being with their friends and just getting
Haven't we all?
We've all done that.
We've all missed out on that.
Yeah. It's been tough, and I know for even having family, younger cousins and stuff that had done exams and had to sit them in very strange circumstances. It is very different for children, and for teenagers right now. But I think hopefully that we can take the positives from it and
Well, I suppose that there are new learning techniques have come along that schools have adapted to, and churches have adapted to as well. We've all suddenly had to become broadcast engineers and video technicians. We've suddenly developed new skills. So it's been a time of great challenge for schools, churches, and groups. All sorts of organizations have had to adapt as well in their meetings.
Of course, yeah. No, I do actually remember meeting you before. I was actually at the Grand Novena one night that you spoke, and it only came back to me now since we were actually looking at each other face to face.
You saw there's my face again, yeah.
And for me that night, to see you speaking at a Catholic church and saying, your history and what you've done, how important is the idea of inter-church cooperation, between different churches?
Well, it's really important, especially as we're trying to develop, a more cohesive and a more mutually understanding society. And I was simply building upon a platform that other clergy had developed before. My predecessor, Archdeacon Pringle, had developed a really great friendship with Father Darcy. And over the years, they'd done some terrific work together, some pioneering work, and it took a lot of courage in the beginning. So my part was easy, simply coming along. And Brian, as you know, was so warm and friendly and welcoming and made that so easy for us.
Yeah.
And it was a really interesting experience to be part of a period of time of prayer. Really, that was the common thing between the churches, that we all believe in prayer and being in the presence of God and seeking strength and courage and hope, which was what the novena was all about.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I really do miss having Brian not here in Fermanagh and the novenas, because to be truthfully honest, I don't get to church that often, but I used to go to the novena. It was something that I really enjoyed, and to see people from different faiths all coming together and giving their own story is just very inspiring and very good for Northern Ireland as a whole. I think to see that happening.
Well, it's still going on. We've had a couple since Brian left. Your Father Charles has become the new superior, and he's continued the tradition. So it's good to see it going on and continuing the cooperation. Sure. And it builds upon the work that's been done in Enniskillen as well. There's been some amazing cross-community work there.
Yeah, well, I know Rossori Church has supported Cancer Connect in the past. I was told recently they held a very successful Christmas tree festival. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, look, I'll let Heather
Mm.
talk about that because
Yeah.
she inspired that in my mind anyway.
Well, I had heard about a Christmas tree festival that had been run elsewhere in Northern Ireland, and we had the opportunity to see it. And I put it to a few members of the vestry, could we maybe run something here? But we were only here about a year or so, and we thought, how could this happen? What kind of communication will we have to make with all community groups and charities and all sorts of organisations? What space have we? What kind of numbers of trees can we therefore fit into that space? So anyway, we planned it for about 9 months and eventually got together, and we had 175 trees to celebrate 175 years of Rosari here in this area of Fermanagh.
Very good.
So now, Nathan, some of them were tiny-ish, but they weren't all very small.
They weren't all 7 footers, no.
A lot of them. We actually had to get a council marquee and expand it into the parish hall and into that marquee. We got the schools on board as well. And it was a super building of the community and our knowledge of working with the community. It was excellent.
Yeah. Great way of getting people together, and especially at that time of year, Christmas time is.
Oh, it was lovely.
Yeah,
it was.
There aren't many events that you could come up with that have such a wide appeal, across ages, across all denominations, across all types of people. This appeals at a really deep level to many people, and
we're all big kids at heart, aren't we?
We're all big kids at heart. We had some really special trees, and certainly Cancer Connect had a fairly sizable tree up beside the very big tree. So it was.
And
really
how important do you think the likes of that type of charitable events and charitable work? I mean, I know it is, but you guys must realize as well how important that is right now, especially within the midst of this chaos that we're all in.
It's truly very important, and the building of relationships and working together with certain charities. I'm now coming in to be president of Rotary very shortly, and Rotary here in Enniskillen is 65 years old. So we've been here for 65 years working with charities in the area, and we always say, and we always actually make it happen, that any of the money we collect stays in County Fermanagh. And that's vitally important. So you build the relationships and you share the money that you've actually netted with charities across the community.
Well, funny enough, we spoke with Lord Brookborough as well, and he was also talking about he'd done a flower show a few years ago, 20,000 pounds, at the time, and he was saying his main goal was to keep the money in Fermanagh in local areas, which I know they say, but charity starts at home, and at least you can see where the money is being spent. It's very good, But listen, thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy schedules.
Lovely to meet you.
Morning. And I did hear that you play a little bit of guitar, so maybe we'll get a chorus of Waggle Wheel Up Ahead. You never know.
You need to give me the chords now.
I'll send them in the post. You can practice it.
Lovely to chat to you.
Excellent.
Thank you so much, Reverend Ian Ellis, and to Heather as well. Thank you very much.
At least we don't really need the sunshine for the virtual coffee morning.
Right.
Exactly, yeah. We can all be inside having a...
We can all be inside and enjoy it. Nathan, thank you.
Have a great day. Stay safe.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Welcome back to our coffee morning here live from the Ardone Theatre in Enniskillen for Cancer Connect. It's been a great morning so far. We've only got time for a couple more songs and a little bit of chat. But these fantastic young musicians and singers did a great job before of a couple of covers. Now they've got an original song called Daylight. This is Letha.
I once knew a low late midnight sun drew the waters close, the sky and it became one. How did the world seem so still but so alive? 'cause now I'm in daylight. I never imagined I'd go so high. Distant morning glow. In the mist I could never see where to go. How did the path once seem so unclear? How did we not know that we'd end up here? 'Cause now so high, I'd go so high, I'd go so high. I'll still see the late midnight sun drew the waters close the sky, and it became one.
Thank you very much.
The coffee morning here at the Ardone in Enniskillen, and we've got a couple of messages that we want to read out that a few people have sent in. Thank you to everybody who's commented on Facebook, and thanks for staying tuned. It's been a great morning, and hopefully a lot of money raised. That's the main reason we're doing it. We want to say a big hello to Eileen. She's wishing Cancer Connect great success in the coffee morning. She said it's such a worthy cause, and so right she is. To Ryan and Marie Conley, they said they're doing an awesome job, guys. Big well done to you all. A big hello to you at home as well. Thanks for tuning in. We want to do a special request for Rita, who is one of Cancer Connect's leaders and is celebrating a very special birthday on the 4th of July. So happy birthday to Rita. Have a fantastic day and stay safe. Huge thanks to everyone who's commented, and even bigger thanks to everybody who's managed to donate. As I say, we're all doing this for one reason this morning, to try and raise as much money as possible for Cancer Connect. Beside me here is Phil McGrennan, one of Cancer Connect's leading members and founders.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us here today, Phil.
Very welcome.
It's been a great success, I think.
Absolutely. A lot of work in the background over weeks, and as Niall was saying earlier on, 6 weeks ago they wouldn't know how to do this, but it's been a steep learning curve. So.
Well, I know we've done, I've taken part in a good few coffee mornings in the Westville and in different hotels around town, but they're always a tremendous success. So this is the first time attempting a virtual coffee morning, and I think hopefully we won't have to do too many more like this. It'll be back to normal, you know.
I suppose if you know, when it goes back to normal, we could still do this. You would do it from another part of Franco's.
Well, you know, the thing is, there's a lot of people tuned in today, as Mary said before, from Singapore and from America and all over the world. So that's another thing that we don't normally get to do on a local level. I suppose it's just the locals that normally come. So.
Absolutely. No, we have a team actually out. Terry's in Dublin, Elaine's at the computer as well. So there's also a team out beyond the Ardone working hard as well, keeping the show up. But a major thanks to the technical people behind us all.
Yep. To Alan, to Niall, to all the guys. Thank you very much. Well done. Great job. Great job, guys. I suppose to say a big thank you as well, we had Mary and Anne, to Lord Brookborough, to Father Brian Darcy, to Sean, who Brian interviewed as well, to Reverend Ian Ellis and his lovely wife Heather, and to our lovely singers as well, Letha, who did a great job, and to my brother Jake as well, who's here giving his morning up as well. Thank you very much to Jake.
Yeah, thanks everybody. It's been a massive success, and to the beautiful venue here at the Ardone. Thanks to the council for allowing us to do that. So it's been a real pleasure.
Well, hopefully it's the start of things to come. And if people hadn't heard of Cancer Connect before, make sure you check them out on Instagram, on Facebook, and any other ways to check them out. There's a website, of course.
Website, absolutely, yeah.
So they're all on all the different forums. Check them out. As we said before, if you can donate, great. If not, maybe we'll encourage people to do a few more coffee mornings and to get involved in what we've done here today.
Absolutely, and many thanks to those who have donated in this. Nathan says if you have a few pence to throw towards the charity, it's very much appreciated, and every penny counts to keep the show on the road. It's strange times, but there's a light, I think, at the end of the tunnel. So
yeah. Well, thank you very much, Phil.
Nathan, thank you, and Jake.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you to everyone at home. We're going to finish off. We've got time for one more song, so here's one that you might know, called Wagon Wheel. It goes something like this. I headed down south to the land of the pines. I'm a thumbing my way into North Carolina, staring at the road, pray to God I see headlights. I made it down the coast in 17 hours. I picked me a bouquet of dogwood flowers, and I'm hoping for rally I can see my baby tonight, yeah. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Yeah, rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. I was running from the cold up in New England, born to be a fiddler in an old-time string band. My baby plays the guitar, I pick the banjo now. All the North County winters keep getting me down. Lost my money, played poor, so I had to believe I ain't turning back to live with that old life no more. Yeah. So rock me, mama, like the wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. We're singing, hey, mama, rock me. Yeah, rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, yeah, mama, rock me. Let's take her up. Walk to the south at Roanoke. Caught a truck around a field, he had a nice long toke. He's heading west from the Cumberland Gap to Johnson City, Tennessee. Gotta get a move on before the sun. Hear my baby call my name, she's the only one. As if I die in a rally, at least I will be free. Yeah. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. We're singing, hey, hey, yeah. Mama, rock me. Okay, everyone, you ready? So rock me, mama, like it. Yeah, rock me. They're not awake yet here in the Ardone. Hey, hey. Before we go, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody for tuning in. It's been a great morning here in Enniskillen at the Ardone for Cancer Connect. Big thanks once again to all the technicians, to all the guests, and most importantly to you at home for tuning in. Thank you very much. It's been a great morning, and please donate if you can. And once again, thanks to Jake for spending his Saturday morning with us at the Ardone. We'll do one more chorus. You ready? So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Yeah, rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, hey, yeah, mama, rock me. Yeah. So rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, hey, yeah, mama, rock me. Da, 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 dun, dun. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. All the best from Cancer Connect.